Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Creatively, WWE has been getting a lot of good press since Triple H took over. The quality of life for talents and staff has also improved as a result of the game and Matt Camp's approach, as he has highlighted. Because Vince McMahon was a notorious workaholic, he had high expectations of his employees, and the business ran quite differently under his leadership. Both the performers and the crew behind the scenes have been known to labor beyond their abilities on occasion. According to what Matt Camp said on Busted Open, things have improved ever since Triple H took Vince McMahon's position. The new Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix confirmed his intense devotion to the company, which often caused chaos in WWE. Since Triple H makes sure no one is overworked, people aren't having to wait around for creative meetings for hours, as pointed out by Matt Camp. The ex-host of The Bump said that the chief content officer wanted to spend more time with his family, and that WWE workers should have the same opportunity. Wrestling superstars labor around the clock to entertain fans all around the world. Therefore, there is no off-season in pro wrestling. Throughout history, WWE performers have been required to work more live events and have never been granted a week off over the Christmas season. That has also altered now that Triple H is in control. As Matt Camp stated, he was able to spend Christmas with his family in the promotion's last 2 years. Camp, like many others employed by WWE, was appreciative of the gesture. He recalled, "There will be highs and lows with the TV product, but it seems like Triple H and the new management are working hard to improve WWE outside of the ring. When it comes to professional wrestling, Triple H is one of the most recognizable names. Paul Levesque, better known by his ring as Triple H, has played a pivotal part in developing the current state of WWE, both as a performer and as an executive. For a long time, fans have seen him go from being one of WWE's most decorated performers to a major player in the company's hierarchy, leading it into a new age." An ex-WWE star recently came clean about the hidden depths of Triple H's influence. As far as they're concerned, "Hunter wants to be a husband" is the impetus for a revolutionary shift inside WWE that has reshaped the business profoundly. But what does the term really imply, and how has it affected WWE's development? Let's take a closer look at what Triple H means by this remark, how his mindset has impacted WWE's artistic direction, and what his leadership and visionary influence mean for the company as a whole. The statement, "Hunter wants to be a husband," may seem obtuse at first, but when seen through the lens of Triple H's duties inside WWE, it unveils a fascinating dynamic. After decades of involvement, Triple H knows how crucial it is to make connections, develop talent, and, most importantly, make WWE feel like a family. His marriage to Stephanie McMahon, the daughter of Vince McMahon, the long-standing chairman of WWE, is well known. Because of his marriage, Triple H was able to get more involved with WWE's operations and have a major impact on the company's future. But one ex-WWE star claims that Triple H's desire to be a husband goes beyond his marital status. It reflects his leadership style, which is concerned with the welfare of the wrestlers as individuals, as well as the sport as a whole. In this context, being a husband involves fostering an atmosphere that is conducive to the development of one's relationships, as well as one's career and personal success. The vibe backstage has altered because of Triple H's ideology, which stresses the significance of a happy, healthy workplace. Triple H has introduced a more personal element to the company, shifting the emphasis away from the brutal rivalry that sometimes characterizes business environments, particularly in the high-stakes world of WWE. The creative direction of WWE has mirrored the transition toward a more inclusive and friendly backstage culture. There is now a stronger focus on long-term narrative, character development, and providing wrestlers with the tools they need to succeed. Triple H's husband concept has had a noticeable effect on WWE's talent development system. It was obvious that Triple H had bigger plans for WWE's developmental brand, NXT, when he took over as CEO, than just producing future superstars. He envisioned a wrestling family where each member could flourish in an atmosphere that encouraged individuality and innovation. While Triple H was in charge, NXT went from being a simple developing territory to being one of the most popular wrestling franchises. Hard-hitting action, rich storyline, and an intangible feeling of brotherhood were all hallmarks of NXT. As a leader and mentor, Triple H created an atmosphere where wrestlers could grow as people and as professionals without feeling pressured to achieve at a high level right away. Triple H's goal wasn't only to oversee talent, he wanted to help cultivate and develop them, much as a spouse would. By fostering an atmosphere where performers felt supported, appreciated, and empowered, he invested in WWE's future. From Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch to Roman Reigns and Charlotte Flair, several NXT grads have become significant stars on WWE's main roster, proving that this emphasis on growth is paying off handsomely. A stronger feeling of loyalty and trust between WWE and its performers has resulted from Triple H's focus on relationships, which goes beyond just developing future stars. Many wrestlers who have worked with Triple H or who have gone through NXT have spoken highly of him, praising him not just as a boss, but also as someone who has a comprehensive understanding of the wrestling industry. When it comes to WWE's creative direction, Triple H isn't only a voice in the talent development department. There have been major changes in the structure of stories and the presentation of talent in WWE programming in the last several years. One change that Triple H helped bring about was the trend toward more complex storytelling, lengthier feuds, and giving wrestlers more time to build their personalities. For a long time, many thought the WWE put too much emphasis on spectacle and relied too much on short-term programming. Now that Triple H is more involved in creative choices, WWE is putting an emphasis on narrative that connects with fans on a deeper level, especially after Vince McMahon left day-to-day operations. Instead of being crammed into a pay-per-view timetable, characters are given more space to breathe, and stories are permitted to develop organically. According to the former WWE star who came up with the expression, "Hunter wants to be a husband," Triple H's creative goals for the company revolve on establishing meaningful connections with the fans. Triple H hopes that WWE can cultivate a relationship with its followers, similar to a spouse tending to his wife's needs over time. That takes time for a story to grow on him, and for characters to seem real and approachable, and he gets that. The current and popular storylines in WWE, such Roman Reigns' tribal chief persona and the progression of the Bloodline saga, demonstrate this change in creative thinking. From his days in NXT to his current position as creative director for most of WWE, Triple H has been a staunch advocate for tales with strong characters and compelling plot points. Hunter Wants to Be a Husband illustrates Triple H's management style at its heart. He has bigger dreams than just managing WWE as a company. He wants to create something special, something that will endure. His leadership style emphasizes teamwork, mutual respect, and creating a welcoming atmosphere where everyone feels like they belong, whether it's the wrestlers, the writers, or the production crew.